Welcome to Porter County Perspective. I'm your host, WDSO News Director Aly Malinovsky. On today's program, we'll be talking about suicide prevention, mental health awareness, and the upcoming Chesterton Out of the Darkness Walk. My guest is Kyle from the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Welcome to Porter County Perspective.
Hey, thanks, Aly. Thanks to you and Emily for having me today. Much appreciated. The foundation appreciates it, and all for a great cause.
First, can you introduce yourself and tell us about your position at the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention and within the Out of the Darkness Walk?
Yeah, so I joined probably about 5 or 6 years ago, maybe even just a little bit more as an advocate, and then came on as a local chapter, Indiana chapter board member, and also MC for our Indianapolis Out of the Darkness walks. It was one of the most attended walks this year. Just a couple weeks ago, we kicked it off September 6th. Great turnout, incredibly powerful movement for the community. And last weekend, we were at the Anderson Walk, also a great turnout there. Community Indy Out of the Darkness walk, and everybody's there for a common reason and provide hope to others.
What's some of the history behind the foundation nationwide and in Indiana?
Yeah, AFSP started back in 1987, voluntary health organization. It gives those affected by suicide a nationwide community empowerment by research, education, advocacy, resources, and to take action against one of the leading causes of death. And the local chapter, there's one now in all 50 states, Puerto Rico. An Indiana chapter was started in 2008 by Lisa Bratton, who is now the division vice president over the Central Division in the United States. And along with that, the ones that make it all work, Kelsey Aaron, Indiana Executive Director, Kylie Haggerty, she's the Indiana Fundraising Manager, Brandon Paskevich, Indiana Programs Manager, Tammy Lundy, she's in charge of the board. Those four, along with Lisa, I mean, they make the entire operation happen. All the walks, all the events, the resources, the fundraising, you name it.
What's the mission of the foundation and what function does it serve?
Yeah, so the grassroots, it's we focus on eliminating the loss of life from suicide. You have to deliver innovative prevention programs, educating the public about risk factors, warning signs, raising funds for suicide research and programs, reaching out to individuals who have lost someone by suicide for bereavement training, and it's just constant awareness of the disease, suicide, mental health, and those who are in need, whether they lost someone or struggling themselves.
What areas of advocacy does the foundation focus on? And can you give us some examples of positive changes it's caused?
Yeah, so AFSP focuses on ways to pass suicide prevention policies at the state and federal levels, and ultimately, which the hope is to save lives. And this year's focus at the Advocacy Day in February were things such as advocating for better services, more services, mental health care, lethal means safety, promoting more research, infrastructure, advocating for disproportionately affected communities and populations, and a huge success of the foundation played a role as passing the bill to get the crisis line number to 988. So that makes it easy for those that are in a crisis to call or text 988, and we fought for the increased funding to this service to better our communities.
About how many Hoosiers volunteer to aid the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention each year, and can you see that this number is growing?
Yeah, absolutely. Hundreds of volunteers and supporters. And I don't know if you've attended one of the walks before. I know you said you're going to this Sunday. I mean, that's what it's all about, is the volunteers, and even if someone isn't a volunteer, it's just the community that comes out to support the cause. It's really hard to pin down, I guess, how many numbers, but it increases every year. The conversation increases, the awareness increases, more people attend walks or events, talking about mental health, and it all comes to light. So more people are passionate about it every year.
I actually have attended the walk in Chesterton for a couple of years now, and I did see that every year a few people bring friends, and then last year those friends brought more friends,
Hmm.
and it's kind of cool to see how our team just kept growing.
The biggest thing, and this could go to anything in life and professionalism, marketing, advertising, awareness. It doesn't matter. It's just about the great cause, right? And spreading awareness for hope in positive ways. And when that happens, one person tells someone, and someone tells someone else, and someone tells someone else, and it's about connection. And the more awareness that we all do, the foundation, people like you attending the walks and being involved and telling and friends and family members, and that's how it spreads and increases in a good way.
How can ordinary people aid your mission? And if someone wanted to join the cause, what would you recommend?
Yeah, that's how I got involved in the beginning myself, just reaching out to the foundation and asking how to get involved to be an advocate. You can be a volunteer at one of the Out of the Darkness walks. There's 10 total in September and October. Again, we kicked off the Indy Walk downtown Indianapolis on the 6th of September. Last weekend was Anderson, and now there's 8 more around the state coming up. So you could just go to afsp.org/Chesterton if you want to try to get involved for this weekend or just attend and see what it's about and see the community support. Or you can go to afsp.org/Indiana and check out more ways and reach out to the foundation about how you want to get involved.
September is National Suicide Prevention Month. What community events do you have planned throughout Indiana?
Yeah,
And is
so, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
sorry, is there still time to sign up and participate?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Back to what I just said, as far as the events go, there's 8 more that are coming up, including this weekend with Chesterton. People locally can get involved. Again, afsp.org/Chesterton or afsp.org/Indiana. And here at Indy Zionsville on Saturday, we have this event called Music to Heal. It's a very popular event in Zionsville. This is the second year, I believe. So there's always events and things going on. Earlier in the spring, there were campus walks. So there are plenty of ways for people to get involved. Yep. On-site registration for Chesterton is at noon. And then ceremonies start at 1 o'clock with the walk to follow. It's Coffee Cree Watershed Preserve and led by the amazing walk chair, Carly Peterson.
All right.
And don't
That
forget, family friendly, and you can bring your dogs too. Just keep them on a leash.
um, let's see. So nationwide, how many walks take place?
Yeah, over 400 walks take place across the country in the fall. Thousands and thousands upon participants across the country. Over 5,000 to date registered just in Indiana alone. And of 450 some odd walks last year, the Indianapolis Out of the Darkness Walk was ranked number 6th. Powerful. Yep, a lot of work goes into it with the board and the team and obviously the advocates in the community.
Now, you already mentioned the on-site registration for the Chesterton walk,
Mm-hmm.
but how could someone register for these walks? And can you just show up?
You can show up. Yeah, I mean, if you wanna register, so like to be involved as an advocate, or if you're fundraising, a certain amount gets you a T-shirt or anything like that. But just to be, in the system with the foundation, so you get emails about all the events that are coming up. across the state and your local area, advocacy, policy, all the stuff that goes into the foundation. I mean, you can register there at afsp.org/Indiana. You can check out the events. So there's a section where it says where you can click. It says Get Involved. And as far as Chesterton, again, afsp.org/Chesterton, and you can pre-register. If you're not now, you can get registered on there for Sunday, and you can try to raise some funds the rest of the week and through the weekend if you'd like to. So plenty of ways to get involved.
Do you know about how many people have participated in the past and how much money was raised for the organization?
Yeah, Chesterton was big last year. Chesterton raised over $55,000. They had 76 teams and 820 participants. So pretty impressive by Chesterton and the community. Well done.
What types of people do you most see coming out to this event?
Yeah, again, kind of back to the beginning about the people that are involved and who the foundation tries to reach in all the positive ways. It's suicide loss survivors, those that have lived the experience, anyone that's passionate about mental health, someone currently struggling or having thoughts, people have lost their mom, their dad, their grandparent, their brother, their sister, their niece, their nephew, their friend, any type of person like that that has experienced loss, struggling themselves, or just want to be involved with something positive. We don't discriminate against anyone. You want to support, we welcome you to come out.
How does the organization use the funds raised during the walks?
It can't, like, the walks could not be put on, all the things that the chapter does, without raising funds for the foundation, both locally, nationally, and that's where a big part of these walks come in. It's able to provide the free resources to those in need, the programs throughout the community, putting on these events, again, the Out of the Darkness walks, the campus walks, Suicide Loss Survivor Day, which is in November, all that goes towards research for suicide prevention and mental health spaces. So, the donations, the fundraising, it all makes this work. And without the fundraising, the donations, the community, the advocates, the volunteers, none of this is possible. So it all goes hand in hand.
Besides raising money, what do you hope people who participate will step away with after the event?
Yeah, like kind of what you said, telling a friend, telling another friend, more people coming out. It's for everyone. There's a whole community behind the movement for suicide prevention, for mental health. I mean, you see my shirt here. This is a foundation shirt. This is the chapter hat. It's hope, right? It's providing people with hope, whether you're struggling yourself or lost someone. Um, it's all, it all comes together, and the walks definitely display a positive movement in the communities.
If someone's unsure about participating in the Out of the Darkness walk, what should they know about the event?
Yeah, come on out and see for yourself, and again, just back to the ways of all the positivity and the hope that it can give people that have attended them and those that haven't. I mean, maybe someone's never attended one before. I personally have a friend that never did before, and just their family lost someone. She lost her niece, and their first time at a walk was at the Indy Walk this year. So it might be new for someone who lost someone in the last year, or just was struggling, or has a family member or friend who's struggling.
How many years has the Chesterton Walk been taking place, and has it grown over the years?
Yeah, it started back in 2009, and they raised, I think, around like $18,000, and now an average of over 50,000 each year. So it's definitely grown. Power of the community.
I've even seen over the past 2 to 3 years, the group of people waiting for the walk to start, getting their honor beads, all that, just
Mm-hmm.
growing and taking up more space and flooding into nearby grassy areas. Um,
Yeah, absolutely. That's a testament to the Chesterton community, and hopefully, and I'm guessing that with it growing every year, both with the participants, right, the community, the fundraising, the donations. Hopefully, this year is record breaking for sure.
um, I was hoping that you could take this time to talk about some statistics and facts about suicide and suicide prevention and dispel some of the myths that may be connected to suicide and prevention in the United States.
Yeah, suicide is the 11th leading cause of death in the U.S. Over 49,000 people have died by suicide in the year 2023, according to the CDC. And that's the most recent reporting. And suicide is the ninth leading cause of death in the state of Indiana in 2023, according to those stats. You can always look up more by going to afsp.org/facts/Indiana. And again, those numbers are pretty alarming. In Going back to 2022, Indiana veteran suicide, the data sheet from the VA said that there were 173. And in 2023, Indiana alone, again, 1,187 deaths by suicide. So it is it's alarming statistics, and that's why we have to keep spreading the positive message and the resources and the walks the way that we do.
If anyone has any concerns about suicidal thoughts in a friend, family member, or even themselves, what does the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention recommend?
It's always the crisis line, the crisis lifeline, 988. You'll see billboard signs, social media, um, awareness everywhere for 988. It is the call, text, chat, crisis lifeline. 988 on your text, on your phone. You can use the resource personally if you're struggling, or if you know someone who is, you can encourage them to reach out if they need to get the professional help. It's deep and complex. It's never just down to one. It's like one cause. People are vulnerable with each other and talking about mental health. So more and more, just try to break the stigma and reach out if you need help.
Why might someone experiencing these thoughts or observing warning signs not reach out for help? Is there a stigma, and how do we break it?
Yeah, just look for the signs, right? Just um, look for the signs of something that might happen. And again, it's not just always one thing. It's talking about it and asking people if they're okay, and hoping people ask you if you're okay, and communicating with others. There's nothing better than connection. So we're always trying to break the stigma and keep a positive message going.
What are some of the warning signs that could be connected to suicidal thoughts?
Typically, change in behavior, new behaviors, um, experience and trauma, loss, change. Typically the studies and statistics say that there's one or more warning signs, even if they say that they don't. Um, People feeling hopeless, not having the hope, burden to others, trapped, the the pain. Um, but behavior is definitely a big signal risk. Um, Addiction can be another, looking ways to end their life. Searching online, not participating in the activities that they do, isolating from family and friends. too much sleep, not enough sleep, calling people and saying goodbye, uh, giving away prized possessions, aggression, fatigue. I mean, there's so many different signs that you can look for, and that's definitely when people need support.
Does the foundation have forms of support for suicide loss survivors?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Mentioned it earlier in kind of the grievance training. I forget which question we went into that a little bit, but we offer multiple resources for suicide loss survivors. You can always visit the foundation, afsp.org. There's resources under the Looking for Help, I've Lost Someone. There's healing conversation volunteers who are able to speak with recent loss survivors, as well as the Indiana chapter plans to have 18 different locations for survivors of Suicide Loss Day sites this coming November 22nd. So be on the lookout for that too. And again, you can go to the foundation website for those, afsp.org or afsp.org/Indiana.
Before we wrap things up, can you direct listeners to websites or books that they could check out to learn more about the topic?
Yeah, same thing. Just go to the National Foundation website or the Indiana website, afsp.org/Indiana. You'll see so many different events, virtual events. You could purchase the Indiana license plate, and I have one on my vehicle. You could purchase swag, socks, candles. There's so many different things that you can help by donating and spreading awareness by wearing a shirt, or there's posts there, the suggestions for social media, or again, back to like the signs to be aware of if you know someone that's struggling, and how to go about talking to them. There's so many different resources there for people, so highly suggest going to the site.
Once again, can you tell us about the Chesterton Walk coming up this weekend?
Yeah, the Chesterton Out of the Darkness Walk, Sunday, September 21st. Location, Coffee Creek Watershed Preserve. Registration starts at 12 p.m. You can register online if you want to as well. And the ceremony will follow with the walk at 1 p.m. And thanks to Aly, too, and Emily for making this interview and conversation happen today, spreading awareness and promoting the walk this weekend.
Is there anything else you'd like to share about suicide or suicide prevention?
Just similar to what I said before, without community, families, or friends, all the sponsors, none of this would be possible. It all allows the foundation to operate, have events, provide resources, and drives the mission forward.
And then, lastly, how can somebody reach out if they are experiencing warning signs or suicidal ideation?
If you're in a crisis, you can call the crisis lifeline. You can call or text 988. It's that simple. 988. You can or you can text talk, TALK, to 741-741. They're the same thing, but always the crisis lifeline 988, or text talk to 741-741.
All right. Well, that's going to be it for this week's edition of the Porter County Perspective. My guest today was Kyle from the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome. Hey, thanks a lot, Aly. Thanks for attending the walk this weekend again and helping spread positive awareness. And thanks again to Emily for helping set this up. We really appreciate all of you very much in the foundation. Thank you.
This has been Aly Malinovsky for WDSO signing off. This program was previously recorded.